All right, folks. We're nearing the end of the 53 chapters. We're in the 52nd chapter. Next week, we make a siyum, a completion. We're speaking about God's presence. How do we understand that there is a specific place where God is more present than in another place? We might understand it experientially. How do we understand with Chabad, with our intelligence? So what we've explained is God is found in three different manners. In creation, the essence of God that's beyond any manifestation. He is found essentially everywhere equally. Higher worlds, lower worlds, there's no distinction before God. There's no such thing as higher or lower before the essence of God. Then there is how God finds himself specifically in all of creation, in all of the created beings, spiritual beings like souls and angels above, that the light of God is not as contracted, not as lessened through many garments of concealment, less of a concealment of the manifestation of God. Higher worlds, and that's why it's called higher, because that's speaking about not the essence of God, but the manifestation of God in the various gradations of creation. But then there is where the holiness of God is found, where there is the manifestation of the undiluted revelation of the Ein Sof of God. Now, that's not essence, it's revelation. Essence is beyond revelation, beyond manifestation. We're talking about that manifestation of the essence. So where is that? That's called the Shechina, as we've explained. We actually have 4 different terms for it. Revealed worlds, queen, nether mother, the lower mother. It all is in a reference to the Kabbalist term for Malchus of Atzilus. Malchus, the 10th and final of the 10 attributes, divine attributes. Malchus translates as sovereignty, royalty. And that is the Shechina, the divine presence. So that divine presence resides in every world, the spiritual worlds, and we'll get into the physical world, not today. That will be in chapter 53. But in the spiritual worlds is what we're going to concern with ourselves today. So in the spiritual worlds, the Shechina, Malchus of Atzilus, remember the Atzilus, 4 worlds, 3 created worlds, and 1 that is called Atzilus, which means emanation. Not creation, but emanation. It's like, there's the person and what they do. So what you do is your creative force, or your whatever, I don't know, creative force is the right word, but, what you do. So there's God, the essence, and what he does, which is create, and that's the worlds of Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. Creation, formation, and world of action. Then there's a world of Atzilus, which is a world of emanation. That which emanates from God, not what he creates. So it's an emanation, maybe like the aura of a person, lack of a better term. That is bound up totally and one with God, as opposed to creative worlds, that there's distinction, separation in the creative process, right? That's in everything except for Malchus of Atzilus, which now goes into the world of Bria and resides there in the Holy of Holies. What's the Holy of Holies in the world of Bria? The divine intelligence. What is the divine intelligence in the world of Bria? Is the Gemara. Another term is Talmud, but Talmud is both the Mishnah and the Gemara. This is specifically the Gemara, which is an elaboration, the reasoning, the explanation of the of the Mishnah. So, what do we have here? The Shechina, the divine presence of God, comes down into the world, to creation, in the spiritual realm we're only talking about right now. We'll get to the physical again in due time. And there is no sign on this line. Okay. Just give me one moment. I'm sorry. Can you just give me... I see that there's many people who don't have... actually, maybe it's only 3 people. Is everybody okay with the sound? Give me a brief thumbs up or say yes or no. Yeah, okay. Let me just hear... Thank you, Alan. Thank you, John. Okay, so, excuse me. A reminder, I have spring allergies, unfortunately. Spring is here to stay now, so it means my allergies are here for a bit, but it's okay. Okay, so Malchus of Atzilus, the Shechina, divine presence of God, right? That's bound up and one with God in Atzilus. Now comes and clothes or resides in the creative process in the world of Bria, in the intelligence. Okay, thank you, everybody. That's good. All right. There's just a few people then it wasn't good, and please check it out. All right. So it resides in the Holy of Holies. What is the Holy of Holies? The divine intelligence. What's the divine intelligence? God's Torah. What element of the Torah is it in the world of Bria? It's the Gemara. Oh, okay. Sigalit said no sound in her iPhone, but she got it on the computer. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we have to check out what the problem is over here. And those who have a problem, please be in touch with me so we can figure this out, because got to work it out. Okay, so that's the Gemara, which is the reasoning. The world of Bria is a world of divine comprehension. So in that divine comprehension, it resides in the Holy of Holies. Now, the divine wisdom, Malchus, the Shechina, God's presence is now residing in the Holy of Holies in the world of Bria, Talmud. Where has it become manifest? It becomes manifest in Malchus of that world. And Malchus in that world then in turn is the creative force of everything of that world. Let me explain how this is in the human being. It's the same way. The human being, well, of course, we're creating the divine image. So the human being has intelligence. But that intelligence is, so to speak, what makes us different than the animal is the human intelligence, again, in the image of the divine intelligence. So that is where our, so to speak, holiness resides in a sense, or our great, unique human capacity. But where does it really manifest, that intelligence? In the fact that you think? No. In the fact that we think? No. In the fact that we speak. How do you know that a person is intelligent? Well, listen to what they say. Can't hear what they think anyways, right? Listen to what they say. With their speech, that their communication will reveal, manifest the intelligence. So, in the world of Bria, so where does that all come from? Again, we're creating the divine image, so that's the way it is on high. So in the world of Bria, the divine presence is residing in the Holy of Holies and divine intelligence of that world, which is the Gemara, then, which is the reasoning of the Jewish law. And that becomes manifest in Malchus of that world. Which then becomes also the power of the creation of everything of that world, creating souls, angels, and so on. Then Malchus of that world, which very important. What's in that Malchus of Bria? Resides in it. It's manifesting the intelligence, the Chabad of that world, which vested in it is Malchus Vatzilus. Which invested in Malchus Vatzilus, it is the manifestation of the Ein Sof, God himself. Now take it to the next world. Malchus of Bria now resides, comes down, is drawn down into the world of Yetzirah. The world of Yetzirah, the world of formation, is the world of divine emotion. And that is residing in the Holy of Holies now, Malchus of Bria, which again, vested in it is the divine intelligence of Bria, Chabad of Bria. In it is Malchus of Atzilus, and in it is the Ein Sof. Now in Yetzirah, excuse me, in Yetzirah, in the divine intelligence, where does it manifest itself? In Malchus of Yetzirah, you got it. And it is the Mishnah. The Mishnah is the halachic rulings of what's kosher, not kosher, pure, impure, fit, not fit, and so on, which is only the reasoning. No reasoning, just the adjudication of law. However, what's in it? What's in the Mishnah itself? On a revealed level is only the adjudication of law. However, being that the intelligence of the world of Bria is vested in it, from the Mishnah we can expound the reasoning because it's vested in it. And not only the reasoning, that which is the Gemara extrapolates from the Mishnah, but also ultimately it's an expression of the Ein Sof of God himself in the Mishnah. And then we have finally in the world of Asiya, which is the written word, which Sefer Torah, Chumash, the holy writings, which the divine is now vested in it, reveals itself in Malchus of that world, and so on. So we have all the worlds. Let's see if I missed anything here. I included tomorrow's class on Shabbos. Ultimately, how is this expressed in the Torah? And God said, let there be light. And God said, speech, malchus, royalty, sovereignty. How's royalty and sovereignty got to do with speech? Well, a king rules with his word. His word is deed. And we have sovereignty over our speech. We have control. In us, that's what it means. So it's God's speech is termed, therefore, the Shechina. In every world, it is manifesting a different aspect of the divine intelligence, which is the divine presence in the spiritual world, and how that is going to express itself in the physical world. the last chapter and what that means to us today is coming up next week, and we will make a siyum, completion. And many of you have been together with us throughout the last about 6 months to close to 6 months to learn this together. So God willing, looking forward, and weiter, as they say. All right, folks. If anybody figured out anything that was problem with the connection, please let me know. I guess it's not on my side, and in any case, but if you figured out, Denise, I see you say sound is back. If you figured out why, let me know, so that way if it does happen again, I could advise people. All right, folks. Wishing everybody good Erev Shabbos, a wonderful Shabbos. This is Shabbos Mevorchim, the Shabbos before Shavuos. It's an important Shabbos. As the Jewish people, Sunday will be Rosh Chodesh. We came to Mount Sinai, ready to receive the Torah as one person with one heart. So we need to make this Shabbos a very special Shabbos in that preparation. Very, very crucial. And just a reminder that this coming Thursday night, Friday, and Shabbos will be Shavuos, that we need either to hear the Ten Commandments or to read them in our homes. And we'll speak more about it next week. Have a good day and a wonderful Shabbos.